Pokemon finally showed up. They finally showed up. We are so excited to talk about the Pokemon Presents. I have not actually personally been this excited about a Pokemon Presents in a very long time. So that's what we're going to do today. We're here for it. We're pumped. Mags is dressed up. You can always count on Mags, everybody. But before we get into it, Slam, how's it going, homie?
It's going good, man. It's going good. I've been playing a lot of games. I finished Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, right?
Word.
I have some thoughts about that one, but I'll save them for probably a members only episode between me and Brandon. I'm still waiting for Brandon to finish that one.
Let's go.
I have some mixed feelings on some things in the game, but overall, great experience. I started up Tales of Berseria Remastered. It's like one of my favorite Tales games, so excited to play that. And I've been playing Resident Evil 9, and I've been really enjoying that. It's so good.
Nice.
There's some people in the Discord, specifically Snacks, that has been feeling some FOMO for that one. So shout outs to Snacks.
True.
You are missing out if you're not playing it, dude, because it's so good.
Man, Slam, we were trying to help this guy out. You did that. When he watches this episode, like, that's going to be it. That's going to be
He's going to be calling you out. Like, why you got to do that?
It's okay, man. It's okay. It's a really good game. I'm having a fun time.
Mags, how you doing? What's going on these days?
I'm doing good. Just this year's flying by. But I started a new game, Tokyo Xanadu, and it's been really fun.
That's a great game.
I was kind of inspired because we got news that Kyoto Xanadu is going to come out this year, probably sometime in the summer. And so I thought this is the perfect chance to start this game, kind of see what it's about. I love Falcom, and I'm honestly enjoying this game like even more than I expected. Don't act surprised.
That is wild.
No one's surprised.
You learn something new every day, right, Brandon?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay.
Shocked and appalled.
We never saw that coming. Oh my gosh.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my goodness. I no words. I have no words.
No, I'm sure people actually want to hear about the game. So let me talk about it for a minute. I really
She's like,
like
shut
it.
up, guys.
That's why we love Mags.
It's good. Like, I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I have. I mean, I knew I'd like it, but like, it's a lot of fun. It's set in like modern day Tokyo. You have like your kind of school life section of the game, where you like can increase your bonds with fellow students. You can visit different locations. You can, yes.
Question.
Wow, you raised your hand. How polite.
Sorry. Do you like... I can't. Okay.
I don't know what to expect now.
We had a fun pre-show, guys, so listen.
Y'all have no idea. You've got to watch the pre-show if you haven't already.
Did you like how they handled the whole like school life stuff outside of the dungeons better than Cold Steel 1?
It's been a while since I've played Cold Steel 1. Honestly, what I appreciate about this game is that it's more streamlined. It's basically like streamlined trails set in a more modern like city setting, which is like Tokyo. And you have your school life, and then you have the dungeons, which are divided into stages.
Yeah.
So like it's like you have to clear it in one go, and then you get a grade. And they're not super long. Like I would say they range from like 10 to 20 minutes per stage. Like you go through, you explore, you break objects, you defeat enemies, and then you have a boss that typically takes a little bit longer. And like I just love the pacing. Like the school stuff doesn't take super long. Then you can jump into a stage, you can complete the dungeon, then you're on to the next story beat, and like it's just so like perfect in terms of that. Like I never feel like you're doing something for too long. And so I love it. And I'm just like, I wish Falcom would kind of adopt this strategy a little bit more with Trails, where it just is a little bit more streamlined. There's a little less to do because it just feels like you're not going to get bogged down by either part of the game. So I really like it. And I'm about 20 hours into it. So it's been
wow, you're already 20 hours into it?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
That one's not super
really
long either.
It's not. But the expanded version, which I'm playing because it's EX Plus, has like I think an additional like epilogue and after story. So I feel like that's going to add a little bit of time
to
it. But I mean, it's still not bad.
Yeah, it's not too long. I beat it a long time ago. I can't even, it's been a while, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought the pacing was good. It didn't overstay its welcome.
No,
So yeah,
it didn't at all.
Tokyo Xanadu solid. And also, back to, speak about pacing and back to Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, just because I just finished it and it's fresh in my mind. One of the big issues I had with this, and Brandon, you can probably speak to this now because you're far enough into it, is that a lot of the best things about this game, there's two problems, right? The best thing about Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, hands down, is the job system and the moonlighting of the job system. This is what makes this game fun. It's without question the best aspect of Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, in my opinion. The problem is you don't get it until really late, right? And the game is not challenging enough to allow for you to utilize it, right? So I feel like at first you get this job system with all these like hybrid jobs that you can unlock with the moonlighting feature, and you really don't need any of them, because even on hard mode, the hardest bosses in the game are still just super easy. So it just kind of just, not only do you get it way too late, it also defeats the purpose of having them. So I just think, one, pacing is super important, right? But two, I think like in Dragon Quest VII's case, I think to adjust for the pacing of the original Dragon Quest VII and the one on 3DS, where it was just like this ultra long game, they shortened it quite a bit. And in that, they didn't make enough adjustments to the core gameplay systems that would have made the game more fun,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll save my thoughts. Yeah,
I didn't say it.
I'll save my thoughts on Dragon Quest until we do our episode. But I generally agree, Slam. I hear what you're saying. We'll dig into that one a little bit more later. But Mags, I was gonna ask. I discovered last year that there is, I don't know how it's connected, but technically there is another Xanadu game before Tokyo Xanadu called Xanadu Next, I think, on Steam.
Yes.
Maybe that's like
I didn't know
upgraded version of it or something. Yeah. I was curious if you were looking at
EX
that.
Plus was the most upgraded version.
It is. That's a different game. I'm pretty sure
Xanadu,
there's...
this is a previous game, installment from like way back when.
Falcom had like a Xanadu game way before Tokyo Xanadu. And so it's kind of always been like, it's not like East or Trails or The Legend of Heroes. Like it's not like one of their main franchises, but like they've kind of like kept it going a little bit like as time has gone by. And yeah, I don't blame him. I kind of want to see more after playing what I've played of Tokyo Xanadu. Like I would play more games like this. And so it's made me even more excited for Kyoto Xanadu as well. Yeah. Because it's just going to be, it's going to be in that like great engine they have too. Cause like this one looks fine, but like it's a game from like 10 years ago on the Switch. Yeah. So it looks fine, but like their new engine is so good. So I can't wait to see what Kyoto Xanadu looks like and how it takes advantage of that. So yeah.
Yep. As for me, I've been playing Dragon Quest VII, as Slam mentioned. I did also start Tales of Berseria. I have not ever played Tales of Berseria. It's like one of the few Tales games that I have not played. And I got the Switch version, and I gotta be honest with you, the intro looks great. The like cutscenes look really great, but as soon as I got into the first area, it's like a very wooded area, and you can tell it's supposed to look very beautiful, but all of the shadows on the trees are all super pixelated, and it makes it look kind of gross. So
kind of gross.
I'm like, it's the handheld version, and like I'm gonna play it. It's what I have, but I'm a little bit disappointed that they didn't have more going on the Switch 2. Like maybe not even a full Switch 2 version, but just like I would have hoped it
have a
looked
Switch 2
better.
version. I mean, if you're going to remaster a game, I mean, you should.
Yeah. I feel like it'll come. Like I do expect it eventually.
And
I just feel
didn't get one either.
Zillia didn't either. I just wonder if like Bandai with their like Switch 2 ports, it's been kind of weird anyway. Like
It's true.
we're gonna get Digimon like
way late.
later this year, but like almost a full year after it released on other platforms. So I'm just wondering if they like didn't get dev kits or like it's just not the biggest priority. But I hope that they'll put all of these on Switch 2 eventually, because the Switch versions have just not been great. And it would be a shame to just let them like stay that way for Switch 2 when they could look a lot better.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of confused, to be honest, because like Tales of Grace's F looked fine, but I was playing it on the Switch. And I know that sometimes when you play a Switch game on the Switch too, like it doesn't translate as easily as you'd think that it should.
Yeah.
So I'm still excited.
Downscaling. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I'm still excited because it's a great game from everything I've heard, and I have never played it, and I love the Tales series, so I'm going to get into that. I do want to beat Dragon Quest first. I'm like right at the end.
Already, but, I feel like I talked to you a couple days ago, and you're just
because as soon as I got the moonlighting system, I grinded out all of the jobs. So
of course he did. Of course he did.
No one's surprised.
Like I am walking through bosses right now. Like I am walking through the rest of the game. So anyway, yeah. But before we get into talking about Pokemon, we just wanted to shout out our members. We got a whole bunch of new members. First of all, thank you everybody who has joined us and supported us in this. Like seriously, we love doing this. We love getting to do this, and having your support means the world to us. And thank you for giving us the opportunity to do things like the Q&A from last week. If you haven't seen that, there's like 3.5 hours of us answering questions. It was wild, and we had a ton of fun. We were up
that was
super
a
late.
Fun one.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so check that out if you haven't. But I just wanted to shout out the members. We have a bunch of new ones coming in at our lowest level. So we have Alex, I'm going to say Kiraz 7183, the novelist, Bulb Sweet Bulb, Smith Green 3451, Stacy Chancellor,
Stacy,
Vay Ukinen, I think, or I'm not sure how to say that, but thanks for being here. A-Rock 10, It's-A-Me 20, Late Night Creepy Tales, I think it's run off there. Ayamaki, Tim Edwards, Paul Cassetta, Dark Doctor, Blue Lily, Snacks, shout out to Snacks, Ophidian Mine, and Twin Flame Shinobi. Thank you all for being here. I know some of you guys are going to have different names in the Discord, and you're active in the Discord.
Yes.
If you're watching this and you want access to our pre-show content, if you want access to being able to ask questions like the QA on a weekly basis, check out our mid and highest tiers for the benefits that are in there. And so before we get into everything, I did want to go through the questions that we did have for this week. So first up, we have from Paul Cassetta. He said, I apologize that my question last week was a bit heavy, so I wanted to lighten it up a bit. I recently picked up a physical copy of Parasite Eve and its strategy guide. Though not worth a ton or anything, they are worth a ton. They hold a sentimental value to me for my childhood. It got me wondering, monetary value aside, if you were a collector, pausing while Brandon looks at his shelf.
Pause.
Or even if you weren't, what would be the one game you would move heaven and earth to get physically, and why? If you already have that, could you share why you have it?
I'll let Brandon go first. He's Mr. Collector over there.
I think the thing is, it's hard for me to choose one thing. I'll go with Chrono Trigger. I have the complete in box Super Nintendo version of Chrono Trigger, and that Chrono Trigger just has a lot of meaning for me. So it was like really special. I have all of the other versions. I have the PS1 version. I have the 3DS or the DS version. But having like the original complete in good condition was just like super meaningful for me. So that was one there. It's also worth a lot of money. So,
Oh yeah.
There's that.
For collector's sake, I would probably say either the first Persona or Earthbound.
Earthbound. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, Earthbound, dude.
For sentimental sake, I wish I still had my original Game Boy Color with Pokemon Red and Blue. That's I wish I had that still. But
relevant.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah, for me it's kind of similar. I would just love to have Pokemon Silver in the box. That was my first ever video game, first one I owned, and I don't have it anymore because I was silly as a kid and got rid of it because I just didn't understand that, you should hold on to stuff like that. But it would just have extreme sentimental value to me to just have that, because that's where my gaming journey started. And we all kind of have that experience that we hold on to, that we appreciate because it got us to where we are now. So
yeah, that was a good question. Yeah, I have a bunch of the older Pokemon games, but I don't have a lot of the boxes and the manuals, and I'm tempted to get them, but literally, like,
they're so
Pokemon
expensive.
Crystal, yeah, if you want just the box and manual, you're talking hundreds of dollars. It's insane.
I would have wanted the Majora's Mask 3DS XL too, Nintendo 3DS.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Beautiful.
Yeah. All right, next one from ARock10. First off, this is going to be a long question. I'm just going to read through it. First off, thank you for the last episode of a beefy 3.5 hour of QA. And second, I am really enjoying the pre-show content. Shout outs. Where you can spoil stuff about games as you can't as much in a normal video, understandably, to avoid spoiling it for other people who haven't played it yet. Question. Please help me with some tips on how to complete more JRPGs, as you people are the experts. For example, I love Persona 2, 3, 4, 5, but I find myself drawn to play and finish Shin Megami Tensei more. I never understood why that is, since they're kind of similar games, yet different, but I love SMT more than Persona because of that. Same with Trails and Xenoblade. Trails, I usually get it done as it hooks you up easily with plot and combat, but Xenoblade, I need to take some time off despite loving the combat. Please help me with some tips, advice for the Atelier series, Dragon Quest, Suikoden, etc. Sorry, I just don't like Final Fantasy. Thank you.
Mags, you've got a new best friend.
I was going to say, I didn't write this question, I promise.
If I had to give you some tips, it's truly play what you enjoy. If that's the first and most important thing. You mentioned here that you tend to lean on the SMT series over Persona. I tend to lean more over Persona than SMT. I love SMT, but I have to be in a certain mood to play those games. I don't for Persona. Like, if you give me a new Persona, that's like all I'm doing, because that grabs me. I'm obsessed with the game. I'm totally involved. That's it, right? If you're not digging it, it's okay to move on, right? If you, not every game is for everyone, but if you wanted some tips on how to allow the games to like grab you, because sometimes, admittedly, JRPGs do take a while, I say, honestly, just give them a little bit, don't,
especially older JRPGs.
Yeah, especially the older ones. Like, what was it you mentioned? Like Suikoden, Dragon Quest. Like, if you're trying to get into those Dragon Quest remakes, that can be tough. You just got to get a little bit of time into the games. And I mean, I'm not meaning like it doesn't get good for 30 hours, which does happen sometimes. Trails of Cold Steel.
That's not true. That's not true.
That was fighting words, Slam.
I did it for Mags. Hey, Cold Steel's a great game, right? But I'm glad, for that one, I'm glad I stuck it through, because it is a really good game and I had a great time playing it and I really enjoyed the overall experience. Sometimes it just takes time to get there.
That brings up another point that might actually help, though, because like you brought up Cold Steel and you definitely we had a lot of chats where you were talking about like, man, like, I just don't know, like the pacing is slow, like I'm just not sure if it's going to be worth it. I think one thing that can help is to also just like chat with people who play these games.
Yeah, Mags got me through it.
Yeah, because I think like it's nice to have a sounding board, especially if you're feeling stuck or if you're not sure, like, is this going to be worth it to finish the game? Like, I don't know. And sometimes, like, having insight from other people can really help. It can help you make a decision. It can help you decide, is this game really for me or is it not? And so that can be another way to kind of help that goes beyond like you playing the game. Like sometimes it's just good to get that like outside perspective too from someone who's played the game or who's played a lot in that particular series. That can either be encouraging or maybe just let you know like it's not going to get better than this. So maybe if you're not enjoying it, move on and just kind of like get guidance. So
yeah, Mags did an amazing job of setting my expectations. I'd be like, how much more of the old schoolhouse do we really have to do? And she'd be like,
Slam hated the old schoolhouse. He hates it. Don't bring it up.
I do hate it. Don't bring it up. I don't like it.
Nope.
But you mentioned Atelier too. And that's another game that, it's got very unique systems. It's not for everyone. To get into Atelier, you have to like crafting, right?
Yes.
There's plenty of people that love JRPGs but hate crafting in games. Those people are not going to get into Atelier because the whole game is built around those systems, right? So
that's true. And I would add though that like the different Atelier games have different crafting systems. So if you don't like one, you might actually enjoy a different one, like a different Atelier game with a different crafting system. Like for example, like the Ryza games crafting system is much different than like the Atelier Sophie games crafting system. So there might be one that resonates with you. You just kind of have to figure it out. And then you can kind of continue into that like series.
And then you even have Yumiya, which is just, it has the option to basically streamline the whole crafting system. Right. So
that might be a good fit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say for a lot of this, like there are two things that come to mind for me. Number one, if you are not doing content creation, don't rush JRPGs.
Yep.
Don't
Take
go
your time.
into a
100%.
JRPG feeling like you need to get it done to get to the next one because you will lose so much of what makes JRPGs good. And then number two, for any of these franchises, like I would just find a good spot to start. So like Dragon Quest, for example, I would argue, and I love all of the Dragon Quest games, that for most people, 8 and 11 are great places to start for Dragon Quest and like let them cook, right? Suikoden, same thing, right? Like 2 is a really good one to come in. 5 is a really good one to come in, although that one's stuck on the PS2. Same thing, let those cook. Even Final Fantasy, like you said, you don't like Final Fantasy. My question would be, which ones have you tried?
Yeah.
Right? Because Final Fantasy is such a varied series that my guess is there's probably a Final Fantasy or a few that you probably would like, right?
Yeah.
So, and especially for Xenoblade, I mean, it's no surprise here. Xenoblade is like one of my favorite franchises of all time. I think that's true for all of us here. That's definitely, those are definitely games that you need to just like give yourself the space to play and enjoy. And if you do, Xenoblade games have some of the best payoff in any JRPGs ever. So that's definitely one worth, like if you need to take some time off and come back to it fresh, that's for any of these things. I would say, I know you're asking the question of how do I get more of these played, but honestly, I would just do enough research or ask friends about where to start with some of these franchises and then just let them cook and enjoy them. And some of them, if you get 30 hours into a JRPG and you are bored out of your mind, bounce.
Yep.
Give it more than 10, I'd say.
Yeah.
But if you like,
some
give
of
it
these
a
are
good
like 100
go,
hours,
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
If you give them a good go and they're just not happening for you, it's okay to be like, this one's not for me. And
I agree.
There's no shame in that. And you might as well have fun with it. Like, and if it starts to not become fun, like that's when you know it's time to step away because gaming should be fun. Always.
Totally. All right. We got 2 more, so we'll wrap these up pretty quick. Ophidian Mind, what are some inactive RPG series that you would like to see make a comeback? This could be in the form of remakes, remasters, or a continuation of the series. Some of my choices are Devil Survivor and Majin Tensei, mainline Phantasy Star, Shadow Hearts, Breath of Fire, the Shining series, Lunar, and Grandia.
He named such good ones. I mean, I definitely would love to see Devil Survivor make a comeback. But I'm just gonna say 2 games, and one of them would be Shadow Hearts, which I think he listed in there somewhere.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And Legend of Dragoon, baby.
Legend of Dragoon, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Bring it back.
Yep. What about you, Max?
I have to bring up Dragon Age whenever I get the chance to. That's probably the one, because even though we did get one fairly recently, it's pretty much dead as a franchise now. And one of my dream releases would be to get like the first 2 in like a playable form, like on modern systems, because they're just older and like you can play them on Steam, but it'd be so nice to have them like all in a collection to play, kind of like what they did with the Mass Effect Legendary Edition a few years ago. There's just so much to explore in that series. It has such a deep lore, and it's just really, really good character driven stories. And so I hope one day maybe it'll come back and we can get some more of it.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I'd love to see Shadow Hearts, Breath of Fire, Grandia. Like Grandia 3 was one of my favorite PS2 games, and like Grandia just died, and it sucks because like all of those games, well, certainly Shadow Hearts and Grandia, like they have very unique battle systems. So some of these franchises I want to see come back to compete with some of the other JRPGs and like give us different options for the way you go about doing a turn-based battle system. I love what they brought to the table. There's a lot of old franchises that brought really cool stuff. Like I said before in the Q&A episode, like Valkyrie Profile, but like actually Valkyrie Profile, because that battle system you don't find anywhere outside of like a couple of indies that have decided to replicate that battle system. So yeah, I think having the kind of variety that we used to see, I'd love to see some of that stuff come back. I love me some classic turn-based RPGs, but the ones that like really added a unique element to it were super cool, and now we just don't see that as much. So that's what I'd say.
Yeah.
All right. You guys ready for this last question before we jump into Pokemon?
Save the best for last.
All right. What character in video games... I'm going to stop here because I realized if I don't say video games, Brandon would give me a character from Jane Eyre or one of the casts of Seinfeld or something. Just have to be super specific, I guess. Anyway, what RPG character would be your top choice as a best friend, rival, and romance option? Thank you for your time and consideration.
That was from Stacy, by the way.
Shout out.
I don't know if you mentioned that was where the question was from. Shout out to Stacy.
That was from Stacy.
Shout outs to Stacy. That's a good question, and I'm having a hard time thinking of an answer.
Well, it's like 3, right? It's your best friend, your rival, and your romance option. I'm trying to think. I thought about this. The one that was tough for me was rival. Like the other 2
that's a tough one.
Pretty cut and dry, but
I'm going to say Mrs. Reed from Jane Eyre. Shout outs to Mrs. Reed.
Oh,
and from Seinfeld, like George Costanza, who's such a deep and intricate character within the Seinfeld universe.
He is, dude.
Like his job with the Yankees is like so much unexplored mystery. It's wild.
There's so much lore there, dude. What a great answer.
Lore. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. So that's
Stacy's sorry. Stacy's going to love it.
He's probably gonna like stop watching right now. If he hasn't already, he's gonna be like, "I'm done."
Max, did you give all 3 answers?
Yeah,
did I miss?
I will. Cool. Yeah, I will.
Cool.
Best friend, rival, and romance.
Okay, I think I can go. Best friend, Estelle from Trails.
Okay,
solid. Come on. She would be hilarious as a friend. We're getting so many fun adventures, and she's just goofy, and like I just feel like she'd be super fun to hang out with. So Estelle. Romance option, because I'm still thinking about rival. Romance option would be Garrus from Mass Effect, because he's just like it's just such a sweet video game romance. It's one of my favorites. Him and Shepard are like best friends, and it's super cute, and he's kind of awkward, and it's just adorable all around. It's a great romance, and it goes through like like 2 of the games, so you kind of get to see like this arc, and it's really cool, and I love it. And then rival, this is tough. I'm just trying to think of a character that like would make me better because I have to compete with them.
That's cool.
So I'm trying to think like who would that be? I guess I keep going to, this is going to sound crazy.
Gary.
No. not the most obvious choice ever.
I was going to do that one.
Oh. Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't. But I love that Mags felt bad. You know,
just for a second, I was like,
she was like, maybe it is a good one. Just
no,
trying
I
to
didn't
make
think
sure
that.
that
I just kind of felt bad. I didn't change my mind. I was just like,
that was amazing.
Oh man, out of all the video game characters ever, like who is a good rival? My mind keeps going, this is going to sound crazy. It keeps going to Shizuna from Trails Through Daybreak because she is like crazy and insanely strong, and I just feel like you want someone like that to compete and like push you to be better because like they're just so like naturally gifted that you have to work hard to stay on their level.
Totally
so
agree.
I okay. Cool. Thank you. I thought it was a cool answer. We'll see.
No, it is. I like it. I don't know because I haven't played the game, but you know, I'm sure all the Trails fans out there that have played the game will love the answer, Mags, and I'm sure it's the right answer, which is what's most important.
So what about y'all?
I'm gonna let Brandon go first. You're gonna answer the question for real. I'm not into this question. Stacy, I got you.
We're not letting him get away with this.
Let's say best friend. Ryan. It's Ryan time. I'm just gonna go
he's
with
a
Ryan.
great bro. Yes. I love it.
He's just good defensive bro. Like he's just there for Shulkin. He's just a good dude. So I'm gonna go with Ryan. That was the first one that came to mind. Rival. I don't know, like this would be like rival / best friend, but like I don't know, Joker.
Okay.
Joker's like
catchy.
Slick.
That's what I was going to choose. I was going to choose Akechi. That's the right answer for that game.
He's
by
like
the way.
slick and
Mags gets
a
it.
cool dude, and I feel like he could just
he's
like
an
make you
avatar character.
Yeah, I know, but he's Joker. You know, it's fine. Romance option, Tifa, hands down. Like
that's a good one.
I absolutely.
I think Stacey will like that answer.
I could have picked her and would have been happy with it.
Yeah, Tifa, like strong, awesome. Like supportive, like just emotionally intelligent. She's just she from a gamer's perspective, she's like the quintessential like amazing woman character. Like
she can kick your butt if you need to get back in line. Exactly. So it's perfect.
She's perfect. Tifa, hands down, no questions. Yeah,
love it. Love Tifa.
So for me, best friend, Koromaru.
That's perfect. Love it. Yep. Love it.
Rival, I'm going with Akechi, because I mean it's just the perfect rival. I mean, like that's his whole personality, right?
That's true.
And for romance option, I was gonna pick Aerith, but since he picked Tifa, I don't want to be like we don't want to have all the Final Fantasy VII characters and start that battle.
We don't need to go there.
Start that war.
No, it is a war. The trenches are online.
I'll do Eve from Stellar Blade.
Not Risei Kujikawa. Come on, son. You could have gone Persona, bro.
Brandon, you have no ground to stand on about Persona romances when you didn't even romance Makoto. Okay.
That's true. He romanced Anne.
Makoto was the one on. Thank you very much.
Whatever.
But whatever. I wanted to. I'll just leave it at that. All right,
Yeah,
and that
but you didn't.
wraps up all of the questions
That
we
fixes
have.
it. This guy booed Squirtle earlier.
Watch the pre-show if you want to learn more.
They don't get that unless they watch the pre-show, bro.
They won't
Right.
understand the
Drop that.
context.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. Anyway,
Don't let him gaslight you.
I wasn't gaslighting anybody. Besides, sometimes people need lights in the room, so gas does it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's move on.
He's so humble.
Pokemon. I don't know. I was just coming up with something. First of all, Pombon.
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 The best
Pombon.
starter in such a long time.
I just like he's so round. He's so cute. He's so fluffy.
I
He's
really
perfect.
like Score Bunny was like my favorite modern starter for a while.
Mhm.
I really liked Score Bunny.
Yeah.
Dude,
Score Bunny's
Pombon blows
He's-
Score Bunny out of the water.
Literally
dude.
has broken the internet. There is so
Yeah.
much fan art. There are so many memes of this little guy. And
Dude,
he is just like stealing the show, as he should. He is stealing the show.
I need a plushie
I
yesterday.
need everything.
Yeah.
Like-
Honestly, I don't even want to know what the final evolution looks like because whatever
It's
it is, it's
gonna
gonna
ruin
ruin
it.
I
It's gonna
know.
ruin it. If they put him on 2 legs and give him like a wrestling belt or something,
No.
I'm gonna be
No.
Dude,
so
if he is
mad.
firefighting, like I give up.
No.
Like-
Well, okay, that's a good question. Like, if we could pick what his other type would be,
Ooh, that's a good
what
question.
would it be? Because, like,
I like
not
that
fire.
question.
Water.
No, Brandon. Yeah.
Fired.
Hey, there is a fire water Pokemon.
fired.
There is
Brandon
a
is
fire water
fired.
Pokemon. No, there is.
I love it. Get him. Get
It's
him.
Volcanion.
Get him.
Volcanion is fire water.
Okay, but
I'm
like,
just saying.
no.
Winds and waves.
just
Come
saying.
on.
Okay, so I'm biased, but I would love if it was dark because I love dark types. They're like my favorite.
Yeah, I like dark types too. That's
And, like,
No,
and
firefighting and fire dark have been the things we've done before. We need something more interesting.
Well, we've also had fire psychic, so we can't have that either because the Finnegan line.
yeah, but that's only happened once.
Well, then, how many fire dark Pokemon are there? A lot.
Incineroar is fire dark, even though he looks like he should be firefighting.
Okay, maybe I didn't
And-
know that because I thought I could have
Yeah.
sworn he was firefighting.
And then
Houndoom.
who was the other one?
Isn't it
Houndoom was fire
Houndoom?
dark, but from the starters, I feel like
Oh, from the starters. Oh,
fire dark starters.
What about
Is it just
Fire.
Incineroar?
what about
Fire Fairy?
that would be interesting. It might fit with Pombon.
I know he looks so cute.
He
Like the
is so
fairy
cute.
Pokemon are cute, and maybe he could retain his cuteness if he's fairy type.
What about Fire Steel?
Ooh.
I wouldn't hate it. I don't hate
Fire Steel would be an interesting combination. I'd be down
it.
with that.
Yeah.
I
I
think
just
that'd be
want him to
cool.
stay like I want like the Arcanine like evolution type for him. Like I just want him to become a giant dog.
Yeah.
Like,
I've been
let's just
saying in
keep
the
it at
Discord
that.
all day, yeah, like I want Fenrir, but fire. Like
Mhm.
that's what I want. I want him to be
Yeah.
like a cool dog that is still pettable and lovable and is
Yes.
on all fours.
Still fluffy.
I don't want the
You don't want him to become like a rabid animal, like
No, or
Yeah.
and not on 2 feet. I swear, if they put him
they
on 2
always
feet, I'm
put them
out.
on 2 feet.
I know.
What if
I
they
know,
make
I
him
don't
in?
want it.
They'll probably make him into like a vehicle or something.
No, I don't want it.
He's your boat in Pokemon Waves.
as a
Fire
fire
water
type.
type. Fire water type. He's
Brandon,
a boat. That's it.
Quit
That's
trying to
it.
make
We
the fire
figured
water
it
type
out.
happen. Stop it.
No, that's
Dave,
it, dude.
They figured it out. You did just now. You made it up, dude. It's not real.
What would he be called? Let's see.
So he's Pombon.
Pombo.
Pombon.
No, we don't need to speak this into
Pombos.
existence. We do not need this to exist in this game at all.
I'm just trying to hype Brandon up.
Don't
right.
not with this.
I mean,
too
it's
far.
kind of a funny idea, dude. Like I'm picturing it in my head, and I can't stop laughing about it.
Yeah, a boat dog.
I would boo that Pokemon.
Yes. Well, that one would deserve
A
boost,
boat,
unlike
a fire
Squirtle.
boat, a dog turning into a boat. Yeah, no,
The
that would
palm
be the
boat.
worst
It's
thing they could
fire
ever possibly do.
The fire water type palm boat.
It fires like a cannonball
what have
as
we
it's
done?
moved.
I hope Pokemon never sees this.
I do too, because I don't want this. Because they would run with this idea, and then we get this monstrosity.
They'd be like, see, they want it. They really want it.
No, we don't want it. We don't want it.
I feel like the fairy type could be a good type.
I just think he would retain the whimsy of like Pombon if he was fairy. You know what I'm saying? Because like the next two evolutions would have to retain it if it was fairy.
See, okay, I'm of the opinion, maybe this is because like Gen 1, this just like set the standard for me. But I love having cute starters that turn into something that are really cool, not something that are weird and out there. So like, actually, of recent times, like Rowlet turning into Decidueye.
I loved Rowlet's evolution. That was awesome.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's why he's one of my favorites.
Like an owl Robin Hood. Like, okay, that's
sick,
super cool,
dude.
Right? But
she loves it when I do that. When I quote Brandon. You know?
Yeah, you guys do it all the time.
Charmander going to Charizard and being this giant dragon as a starter, I'm like, that's what I want. So if you're going to give me a cute doggo, like, don't give me like a really doofy
like what they did with Litten.
Third evolution.
Yeah.
Which was by far the worst series of evolution from like
especially
the cute
because
kitten.
Like there were these like fan art things for Litten where it was like a saber tooth like lava tiger.
That would have been so
and I was
cool.
like,
so many awesome opportunities for it to be like a tiger or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
it ended up being a wrestling fat, like it had like a belt thing going on, and it was like,
hey, but he wasn't firefighting for some reason.
That makes no sense.
Good. Yeah, what was? I can't remember. What was it?
It was Fire Dark.
Fire Dark. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, so Fire Fairy, perhaps Fire Steel, as long as Pombon can retain its cuteness and style.
Fire Ground would be cool too.
He could dig little holes as a dog. I can see that.
That's what I'm saying, dude. And it would be a more like offensive. Yeah.
You know what I'm trying. You know what I'm saying.
It's
like,
so
it'd be adorable.
Yeah. Fire.
What do you guys think about?
Steel.
Okay, well, we gotta back this train up.
Yeah, we've just been talking about Pombon for like 20 minutes.
But he literally deserves it. So
thank you.
I don't see the problem.
I want to get back to the other starters, but generally speaking, how did you guys feel about the show?
Like, should we give it a grade? Do we grade this?
Yes.
Yeah, let's
give it a grade. As it presents. Yes, as a Pokemon presents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mags, you can go first.
I knew I was gonna get called on. I would say B+. B+, very strong. Especially with the gaming news that we received. And I was really happy with it as a Pokemon fan. And I feel like it was a lot better than some of the other Pokemon presents we've seen in recent years. And so, yeah, I was happy with it. I feel like I wanted Pokemon Coliseum. So I'm taking off some of the score for that.
Yeah, I would like to have both, you know.
Because, I don't understand why we're getting Gale of Darkness first. Unless, they're just going to release them together. But if they're going to do that, then why don't you announce that? Like, that doesn't make sense. I personally
liked Gale of Darkness a lot more. But
I know, but I want to replay them both.
Yeah, it's really good.
But if you've not played Coliseum in a long time and you want to play it before you play this one, it makes sense. Yeah. And I think a lot of people are in that spot because they've not played a GameCube game in a long time. So that was kind of weird. But otherwise, I was really happy with it. So, yeah.
So I'm going to have to put this in the frame of context of a Pokemon Presents and where I usually put my expectations for a Pokemon Presents. My expectations typically for a Pokemon Presents are if it's 25 minutes long, we get 20 minutes of mobile nonsense like Pokemon Sleep and whatever stuff they have going on with predatory money-making behaviors. And then you get 5 minutes of video games. Sometimes, maybe not even that. In that context, I would give this Pokemon Presents. Also, I want to add one more thing. I do truly believe that the releases of Fire Red and Leaf Green only popped up early because they were leaked. I do think that this was supposed to be like a trailer in Pokemon Presents with a shadow drop.
Yeah.
So I'm also gonna, like, since they launched on the day of Pokemon Presents, I'm gonna loop those in there as well.
That's valid. They should be.
Yeah. So with all that said, I would give this an A, and I would say it's the best Pokemon Presents that I've sat through. I really enjoyed it. I mean, we got Gale of Darkness for GameCube NSO, and it's coming next month, which is awesome.
Yeah, sometime in March.
Fire Red, Leaf Green, which I can't wait to start playing. I'm so excited to dive back into those. I loved that little Game Boy jukebox that they showed off. That was so cool. You know, that's just like one of those collector's items that I would love to have. Apparently it's sold out, so I didn't get one. But maybe one day, Nintendo New York restocks stuff like that sometimes. So maybe I'll make my way over there and one day I'll get my hands on it. And then the reveal of Gen 10 with the starters and all the upgrades that it comes with, it looks amazing. I'm really, really excited about it as somebody who's been a Pokemon fan for a long time and been very vocal about my opinions of Scarlet and Violet, and how I felt about that. I'm really excited to see what Winds and Waves has to offer. So that's where I'm putting it. Like, would I give it an A+, a 10 out of 10? No. But like, I do think this is like an AA- type thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm in the same boat. I'd give it a solid A. It has been a long time since I've had any hype going into a Pokemon Presents because I'm always so disappointed by them. I feel like for so long they have been catering towards the and this makes sense from a business standpoint, unfortunately. I hate to say it, but they've been catering towards the mobile and the card games and all those kinds of things that they make money hand over fist with. And it's felt like, as a old school Pokemon fan, that we are just rarely represented. We're rarely like cared for in any meaningful way because it's just all about like, oh, are you doing Unite? Are you doing, whatever, like the stupid cafe game? Are you getting the Pokemon cards? Like all this kind of stuff. Like, are you going to give us more money? And it's just always been disappointing with, occasional highlights here or there, but it's always like, the rumors coming up to Pokemon Presents are always 1,000 times more exciting than what we actually get.
Yeah,
right.
Every time.
Not this time, though.
This time, this time, I think like what stood out to me was between Fire Red, Leaf Green, XD Gale of Darkness, which I have no complaints about. To be fair, selfishly, I beat Coliseum last year on the GameCube, so like I'm ready to revisit Gale of Darkness. So anyway, having those two and then having Gen 10 and not just what it almost seemed like they were going to do, which is like, here's some fancy looking Pikachus and then here's the logo. They actually went in, showed us the world,
starters,
gave us the starters, like everything like that.
3 minutes
and then
of
the logos.
footage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, okay, that and the pacing of the mobile stuff this time. Like normally they just like drag that stuff out as if it's the most exciting thing in the world, and it's just not for me. So we were talking in our Discord chat that like they were like really picking up the pace, like boom, 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 boom. Here's all this stuff that we're doing. And I loved that because I expect the mobile stuff to be there. It's just part of Pokemon now. It is what it is. But the speed at which they were getting through that stuff, I was like, okay, we are getting something today. Because there's no way that they would be blasting through it like this if we weren't getting some big reveal. So, yeah. Totally. So for me, it was a solid A. I was the most happy with that Presents that I have been in a very, very, very long time.
Yeah, I'm with you, buddy.
Yeah. So, Slam, listen, bro, if you want to come over and hang out, like you can see the music collection that I did end up buying because
You won't take it out of the box, so I won't be coming over.
It's not.
I got to admit, though,
I can see the box online.
That is one. I don't know why. Don't ask me to try to explain my standards.
That's one you want to open
for this. There's something about that I'm like, maybe it's because of my girls. Like, that would be so cool to be like, hold this what looks like an original Game Boy in your hands, and then you can like pick the music and like discover it for yourself. There's something about that makes me.
It's a collector's item that feels like a cool toy. Nintendo's always great at doing that. So
yeah, they are.
So, because like my girls wanted to. I obviously watched the Presents when it came out, but when I had them over for dinner tonight, and I was like, hey, do you still want to watch the Pokemon Presents? And they got all excited, and we watched it again. And they were super into it, and they were super excited. Laura Lee, in particular, was super pumped about Garchomp Z, which I was like, okay, more DLC. But she loves Garchomp. Like, Garchomp is one of her favorite Pokemon. So getting another Mega, she was super pumped about that. And then Winds and Waves, she like the look on her face. She was like, oh, it was so great. So I was like, look at Pombon. Look at him.
Look at Pombon.
Look at him.
We love Pombon.
He stole the show.
He did.
Pombon.
He did. She was also actually both of them were also interested in Pokopia. And I got to be honest, like,
I'm kind of excited about it, honestly, from everything I've been seeing.
Yeah,
I know it's gonna do well. Like, it's a good concept for software, but like I have been so not happy with the fact that they're going the digital key card route for a freaking Pokemon game that I've just like in my mind I'm just like I'm not interested in this. But if my girls were interested in it, like I would be willing to let them play it. I'm like I went real grumpy old man on that one because I'm like, it's a Pokemon game. Like, this is like part of Nintendo. What are you doing making this a freaking key card? So that made me I think it's
Koei Tecmo that's publishing it, and that's why.
I think that's why too. I don't think it would be if it was like
if Nintendo was
solely by
publishing
Nintendo. Yeah.
Then it wouldn't be.
Yeah, but it's still like
it's weird though.
That to me feels like
brand.
It's details, right? It's the Pokemon brand. And so it's wild to me that you have a Pokemon brand game exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 being a key card.
Yeah.
Like, it makes zero sense. So, especially because it's like a Pokemon game. Like, if you wanted to add the $10 to make it an actual card, do you think people are going to bat an eye? It's a freaking Pokemon game. And it looks massive.
Yeah, it does. There's a lot going on in that game. And that trailer really like made it clear too. Like, I don't think I kind of understood like all that was going to be happening. So yeah. I think a lot of people are going to play that game. It's not really for me.
Oh, totally.
I'm not really like a builder like or Minecraft-esque gamer, but like that's going to appeal to a lot of people. I imagine it will sell 100%. Very well. So
yeah, and the trailer in the Presents also made it very clear that like this is a Minecraft clone.
Yes,
like
essentially,
just pure and simple. Like some of the stuff that they were showing, it was like this is just Pokemon.
To me,
Minecraft.
This looks exactly like Dragon Quest Builders.
Mm-hmm.
It looks formula-wise. This is the Dragon Quest Builders formula, and Dragon Quest Builders 2 was my obsession for a very long stretch of time.
Mm-hmm.
I had that game on Switch, and it was like it took over. I didn't get very much done for a long time, except build a bunch of stuff in Dragon Quest Builders 2. So if it's anything like that, which the more I see, the more I'm like, when I first saw this game, it wasn't for me, but
it might be.
This might be for me, dude. You know? So
yeah. I'll be interested to see reviews for it too, and just kind of how it stacks up to similar games like that. Like if it offers something unique, or if it's just kind of that experience with like a Pokemon, like Coat of Paint, or if it's going to innovate it in other ways.
I've seen previews because Nintendo Life had a video where they played it, I think, for like a few hours.
Yeah, previews have come out. Yeah,
and I some of the things they mentioned where it was like using certain Pokemon's abilities to be able to build certain types of things, like the way they're incorporating the Pokemon mechanics into the build systems seems very clever. So I'm very interested in it. I will also probably take a look at reviews, but I think I'm probably going to play this.
Cool.
Yeah. I have no doubts that it's going to be a fun game and that it's going to be great and everybody's going to love it. For me, I'm just grumpy enough about it that I have so many other games to play.
Yeah.
That I'm like,
There's so much.
I'm good.
This
and
one
I
comes
would
out
rather,
soon. It's like March 5th or something.
March 5th
Next
or something.
week.
Yeah.
Next week, which is crazy to think about, but yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather be playing Fire Red or XD Gale of Darkness. Like, those are going to be the Pokemon things that will hold me over till Winds and Waves.
Well, see, we're not getting a Pokemon game this year. So
honestly, I'm a little bit surprised. I'm not mad, but I am a little surprised that they were willing to like push it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just makes me wonder like what Nintendo's going to have this holiday season, because I think we all assumed it was going to be Gen 10 and like that was going to be the big like fall like holiday release, and now it's like what's that going to be, because it's not been announced yet. Like whatever it is, like it's going to be like a surprise of some sort. So that's cool, but it's just like, what does Nintendo have planned like for first party? Like we still don't really know.
Xenoblade Warriors, right?
I would be there.
I know. I actually genuinely would be excited.
I would definitely be there. Slam would be so mad, but he'd buy it anyway and play it, so it doesn't matter.
He would.
It's true. It's so true. And then I'd probably give it like a really good score and enjoy it a bunch, but I would complain that it was a Warriors game.
Yeah, he just has to pout about it for a little bit, but
it's true.
It's okay. We all do.
At least it wouldn't be like Xenoblade Tactics, because Slam's not really a tactics guy, you know.
That's not really a tactics guy.
He's not really a tactics guy. Don't let him fool you.
Listen. You say one thing.
Listen.
All right. You say one thing.
Gotta bring it back.
You say one thing one time, and it becomes your identity.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's true. Yep, yeah, that sounds right. Yep.
Not a tactics guy, zany.
Slam, quote, not a tactics guy, quote, zany.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's perfect.
We did get the official Winds and Waves website. It's up now. windswaves.pokemon.com. Yep. And it's interesting. So this is going to be exclusively on the Switch too, which when you look at it, totally makes sense. I think there might be some people that are not super happy about that because, like, I don't know. I don't know what they were expecting, but
I think they have to do this at this point. Like, I just don't. Yeah, I think that they just need to focus on the Switch 2 hardware. Like we've seen enough on the Switch.
By the time this comes out, it'll be like a year and a half, maybe even 2 years into the Switch 2's life cycle. So
and it's going to sell consoles too. Like they want it to.
Oh, totally.
Like this is going to be like huge. So I don't blame them at all.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, the website says, the description here, it says, these new titles feature an open world to explore, beautiful windswept islands, and a vast ocean with glittering waves that ebb and flow. The Pokemon that live in harmony with this region's lush environment have developed their own unique ecosystems. By visiting these islands, you're sure to open the door to a brand new adventure that could only be found here. And then, of course, during the adventure, you'll team up with all kinds of Pokemon, overcome difficult roads ahead, and even the forces of nature that block your paths at times. So that's the description that we have on the website.
Will you guys be playing Winds or Waves?
Oh, that's such a good question. I was hoping we would talk about that. I think I'm going to go with Winds because I want the cowgirl hat.
Yes,
I'm a simple woman, and I want the hat. I mean, look at me.
The cowgirl hat is so cool. The hats are cool. I like the waves. I don't know. I like the
See,
Waves gear better.
I saw someone compare the Waves gear to a Walmart employee uniform.
Now,
and now
I'll
I
never
can't unsee
it. Now I can't unsee it. It's exactly what I was about to say. Dang it.
I'm sorry. I just saw it and I was like, oh no.
So I guess
know.
I mean,
you don't have to change your mind. Like,
I'm going Waves.
I'm going Waves.
Listen, for me,
I also wonder if you can customize, like, just in general.
Do we know a lot about the differences other than the main characters?
We don't yet.
No.
And that's why I'm wondering, like, because, like, the legendary, that could also play a factor.
Yeah, the screenshot they show on Waves, she's standing on a beach. On Winds, he's, in like a kind of forest grassy area.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if, like,
yeah, but down below, if you go through the rest of the screenshots they have, like, you see both of them in beach locations.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I didn't know if, like, maybe the location's probably the same.
Location's probably the same.
But when you encounter or what routes you, like, go through may change based on the game. That was the only insinuation.
Yeah, it also could be that, like, the Pokemon, like the unique Pokemon to the versions, like maybe Waves, they're going to be more so like in the ocean, whereas Winds might be more so on land. And so they'll, like, be tailored to fit those locales in some way. I don't know.
In that case, I feel like I would take Winds.
And you also look like
my
you're working
guess
at
is
Walmart.
you're gonna get both. And also, I outright categorically reject the Walmart comment. I think that is slander to anybody who is interested in those outfits. So
Rejected.
I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying I saw a tweet that compared them, and I was like, oh no, it does kind of look similar. That's all I'm saying.
We're not making decisions on a misinformed tweet such as that.
I like the cowboy hat better than the ball cap. That is,
yeah, it's like a million times better.
Slam. You're a ball cap guy, bro.
I do wear ball caps a lot.
Don't give in to what Mags is saying here. You're a ball cap guy.
But in video games, I like to live
mix
a different reality.
Exactly. Embrace your video game style.
Bruh.
I like how you're both fighting to, like, get me on your side.
I'm getting both.
Brandon's
Brandon doesn't even have a side. He's just like,
whatever dual pack they're going to come out with inevitably, I'm going to get it, and I'm going to do both. I will probably play Waves, though. And for me, it's just like, I grew up in California. Like, I went to beaches all the time. So for me, the concept of Waves feels more homey than the concept of Winds. But
that makes sense.
What can change it for me is going to be
the Pokemon,
like region exclusives and then legendaries.
Because the legendary is going to be a huge motivator.
It's going to be big. Like, I'm wondering that too, because I could change my mind if the legendaries look way better. Then I'll have to leave the cowgirl hat behind, and that'll be real sad.
I know this is weird. This is weird, but I like the Winds logo better.
Sad yeehaw. No, that's fair. The Winds logo does look pretty cool.
Yeah. The font's better.
It is better.
The swish is more fierce.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know what I do love about both of them, though? I love, like, the kind of, like, pastel, like, green, pink, blue. Like, I love that aesthetic. So I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I love it. I want a shirt with it on it. And I wanted it yesterday with the Pombon plush.
Pombon, let's go. Okay,
Pombon.
we need to talk about the other starters, though. Like, to be fair to anybody.
No, we
do. So we got okay. It's on the website. So Brout, or it's either Brout or Broat. I'm not sure.
I think it's Brout.
I think it's Brout because he's like pouting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So his Pokedex entry here. It says that he's a bean chick Pokemon. So be expecting something really weird and beanie when he gets bigger. This Pokemon runs about energetically while photosynthesizing using the leaves on its brow. It's lively, but can also be a bit clumsy.
Honestly,
so
mood, same. Love it. Love the eyebrow, the leaf eyebrows. That's just such a hilarious thing, but they're perfect.
Yeah.
No, I love this little guy.
I'm hoping that Final Evolution, we get some cool, like, eagle, Garuda, like, big bird, big, cool, grassy bird thing. But again, like, how I envision Pokemon going doesn't necessarily seem to be what's actually happening in reality these days. So we'll see. He'll probably be some, like, giant bean, like the Chicago bean, but with big brows on it. That's probably what we're going to get. So,
oh, hope not.
yeah, you're shaking your head, but, like, I'm only half kidding. We
No,
may
I know.
genuinely just get, like, a fat chocobo kind of like Pokemon with big brows. Like, that may be it.
Yeah.
Okay, Pombon. So
Pombon!
He is the category. He's the puppy Pokemon. Surprise. The area below its throat glows faintly from the heat-generating organ within its lungs. This Pokemon is guileless and friendly. Aww.
Head empty, no thoughts. Head empty, no thoughts. He's so cute.
I love Pombon.
He's just the cutest little guy.
Fire Fenrir would make me really happy. I think he's going to be a really big, funky-looking fluff ball. Is probably what we're going to get. He's going
to be big because he's already, like, way bigger than the other two starters.
I could
see him being just like this, like, big, chonky, like, pup.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I could envision if he went Fire Fairy, I could envision some, like, you know, fantastical evolution of him, you know. That would be really dope, but
I'm hoping for Fire Fairy. I'm just going to put all my eggs in that basket and hope for it.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then we have Gekwa, who is a water gecko Pokemon. This Pokemon launches springly balls of water from its tail. Gekwa is very intelligent and maneuvers shrewdly while putting on airs.
I love this little guy. They just look very, like, sneaky and sassy. Like, they've got a personality. Like,
I think Gekwa is my second favorite.
I think Brav is my second favorite.
I don't think I could choose.
Gekwa's my least so far.
I'm just not a huge bird Pokemon guy.
You like
I do like Rowlet.
But Decidueye is sick.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a rare, unique case.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying you mentioned that before, so I was confused.
Rowlet is sick. All right.
Yeah.
But all of his evolutions are totally sick. All right. You know? And Rowlet is an owl. Owls are the coolest birds.
Shout out to Hootle.
You know.
Shout out.
Totally different. Right. This just looks like a normal bird to me.
He kind of looks like an angry bird.
But
he definitely does.
Someone like, there were so many posts that were like, oh, we're just getting, like, 90s nostalgia or like early 2000s nostalgia or something. Because like they compared him to Angry Birds. Pombon, I forgot what he was. What were the other ones? Like, they were all compared.
I know what you're talking about. I think I saw that post.
Yeah, I gotta find that.
Oh, Gekwa was that. It was like the animated, like, lizard thing. I can't remember what it was called though.
Yeah, and then someone did Angry Birds, Toby Fox, and like a blue Gex. There was a couple of others as well, like
Geico
like
lizard.
That.
Yeah. The gecko.
Yeah,
that's funny. They're honestly, though, as like a trio, I feel like this group is really strong.
Oh, totally.
Like, just compared to like some other trios of starters that we've seen, like all three of them are cool. Like, I love their design, at least the starter.
Yeah.
So I hope that they stay this strong, like with their corresponding evolutions. I guess we'll see.
Yeah. And then we got Mr. Windy Chew and Miss Wavy Chew. And I got to be honest with you guys. I think these are the most ridiculous looking Pikachus I've ever seen.
Oh, no, there's definitely been more ridiculous looking Pikachus.
Really?
I think so.
I have to say, like, I do love Windy Chew's sunglasses. I mean,
they're sick.
They're so stylish. How can you not like them?
I've
Slam is
overdone
just
it.
on it tonight. He's on it tonight.
Overdone it. I've overdone it. I've done it so much that Max has just started to ignore it.
Yeah.
Oh.
True.
Hey, okay. Someone actually put some thought into this.
Okay.
They're connecting it to some Indonesian lore, which I think would be really
Oh.
interesting.
Yeah.
So they said these starters might share a unifying theme of music or more generally sounds. So Brout, and then they said Kakapo are famous for their lecking, a system where males use their calls to attract females, often utilizing burrows dug into the ground to amplify sound. Could we see
Okay.
grass ground? That would be interesting.
That would
Pombon
be.
or a barong. Interesting. In the Balinese culture, barong doesn't exist without its music. The barong dance is inextricably linked to percussion instrument orchestra. Additionally, during the dances, an iconic sound is the noise of its jaw. So if you look up barong, Indonesia or Bali or whatever, you'll see like, oh, but that would make me think that Brout could be a Garuda too, because Garuda is also like an Indonesian thing. And then anyway, Gekwa, they connected to a toke gecko, which I have caught before. Fun fact, they're really big. As we already mentioned in the water starters dedicated post, the male toke gecko emits a very onomatopoeic and distinct call. That's true. The toke. You can hear them. If you're in Indonesia, you can hear them. That's why they're called tokes.
Oh, wow.
Practically a vocalization. So we could have Gekwa vocalization or voice, Pombom rhythm, and Brout amplification / bass. That's a really interesting take on this. And it would match with the islands.
Like the setting involved.
Really yep.
Wow, that's so cool. People are so smart.
I like that.
Like digging into
I'm
stuff like that.
I gotta
so
give credit to this guy.
It's
Hold on.
true.
They
So
are.
true.
It's just
I
very
love that.
impressive. Like the things that you can find out, like that people will dig into. It's so cool to me.
With these trailers, I knew like as soon as we got this trailer, I knew that 100 people were gonna dig into it, try to find every little minute detail.
This is from Pokemon Millennium, by the way. So shout outs to Pokemon Millennium. I want to give him credit. I just read his post on Twitter. So
that's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's a really strong consideration for where they could go.
And go give it a like and share if you're on Twitter /X. That's really cool.
I'll do that. I'll do that right now.
Thanks, Brandon.
I'm gonna repost. I don't want to repost and be like, we talk about this on the podcast because it's not out yet. So as of recording.
It's a secret.
That would be so interesting though, because if this is correct, having something like Brout turn into a grass ground type for a bird would be really interesting. And could make it so that the other two have some really interesting typings that you might not expect as well. So I like that idea. I think that's cool.
Sorry, I was looking at Windy Chew and Wavy Chew.
I'm sorry you had to do that, Slam. Anyway,
I think I like Windy Chew better.
I do. I definitely like. He's got like a tail ring. Did you see that?
The sunglasses are so cool. Oh, I did. Let me check that out. I'm gonna go look at him again.
The sunglasses are so cool.
I'm gonna go look at him again.
But yeah, it was. I don't know. I love that trailer. And I felt like we got to see a lot from like the different environments too, like the water and like the like lava-esque like magma area, the forest area. There was just so much to see, which is exciting.
They looked way better than I would have expected. Like Slam mentioned this, and then I saw it on Twitter. Someone had posted like a comparison of Scarlet and Violet water with Winds and Waves water. And it was like night and day difference. So yeah, I was very impressed. I know somebody on the internet is going to be like, oh, it's Pokemon, they should be doing better, blah, blah, blah. But I never expected anything like this from a Pokemon game. Like this looks genuinely incredible. And like it looks like you'll be able to go underwater. So I don't know how they're going to handle water battles and air battles and whatever that's going to look like. But it looks like it's going to get really interesting. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Same. Bub.
Also, thanks, man. I've also kind of I don't know if this is like a change in my perspective, but someone made a really interesting argument that I think we've maybe mentioned it on the podcast before with Pokemon. But like, it's just interesting because there have been conversations online about some companies with their franchises like struggling to maintain momentum because the games have taken so long between each installment versus like where they came from. And Pokemon has had no problem maintaining their momentum. And we as like older fans who want to see more from the franchise, and we think about it from purely a money perspective, like Pokemon makes so much money. How could they have games that look like this? Blah, blah, blah. But Pokemon has also been consistently delivering games every 2 years, 2 to 3 years, something like that.
Yeah.
So there is something to be said about the business model where they've had to make some sacrifices in some generations, but like they have still maintained an insane momentum where Pokemon is bigger now than it ever was when we were kids. And it was already massive when we were kids. I don't know if there's another IP out there that's been able to pull off what Pokemon did.
Not for this long, I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
30
While I
years
still stand
now.
by, while I still stand by wanting to see more quality like this come from a franchise that makes this much money, like it has caused me to kind of pause and think about that from a business perspective. Like they have been able to pull off what really nobody has been able to pull off outside of like Disney, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
and I think like graphical fidelity and like having things look super realistic is just not, it's not always feasible or appropriate. And I just feel like, the games can look better, but like they don't have to go as far as like some other games that we're seeing. Like I think they can maintain like the art style and charm that they have and run well and look good, but not have to be like just like so over the top that we see a lot of AAA games do. Like that's just not needed for this series, and it doesn't really fit it anyway.
Well, I feel like if they can nail this,
it's perfect.
This could just be it for quite some time. Like the thing about the Switch 2 is I feel like because we're hitting that point of diminishing returns, like once they hit something that works with it, with art style and like general graphical fidelity, they may be able to maintain the momentum that they had been doing in previous generations, but like keep it consistent because it doesn't need to get much better than this for it to be like, it just needs to run well, right? If it looked exactly like this and we're seeing 60 plus FPS, Pokemon doesn't need to do anything else. Like, sure, they could in theory chase some AAA graphical fidelity, but to your point, Max, right? Like what you were saying, it doesn't need to add to it. It just needs to like hit that standard and then stick with it, be consistent, and I'd say focus on their performance more than anything, right?
I wouldn't hate it if they added voice acting. But
they got it.
Beyond
that has
that,
to be there. That has to be there.
Beyond that, though, like I'm with you. Like I think like that's all they have to do. But that's one thing where I'm like, like we've let it slide a long time. Like just
I think this would be a good opportunity for them to do it.
Yeah.
Just to be like,
release
we're
on
taking
Switch
this seriously.
2,
yes.
Big graphical jump. Clearly, they're taking that extra time. Typically they would have announced this and released it this fall. I can see voice acting being in this
and
one.
like if they need that extra time to add voice acting, like I'm totally fine with them taking it. Like take the time because like
they're taking extra time for something.
Good. Right. So what is it?
So like it could be that they're taking extra time because this just is a bigger game. There's more graphical fidelity, etc. But I am hoping that they're taking extra time to like get all that stuff in there.
Me too.
After ZA, like again, we all enjoyed that game,
we
but like
love
it was
ZA.
It was so cringy to have those scenes that were clearly designed
especially
for voice
the
acting
ending.
without it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
ending,
especially the ending. Oh
because
my gosh.
otherwise the ending is really good.
It
like
is,
just
yeah.
the kind of like final like stakes are high, everybody's coming in to help. Like it's just a perfect setup for an ending, but then it's weird, it's clunky because everyone's just like, and there's no sound.
Yeah. Constant read. Yeah, it's
We've complained about that a lot, but it's still valid.
Maybe Winds and Waves gets everything else right and has no voice acting, and then
I'd still
Gen
be
11
disappointing.
comes in and maintains everything right and adds the voice acting, because I feel like that's what Pokemon has been doing. Like every generation has felt like in many ways a step forward, but sometimes having sacrifices because
even if it was just voice acting for the
didn't have what they needed.
cutscenes, and you know, I'd be happy. Honestly, it'd be a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
That'd be
Hopefully-
sick.
Hopefully one day
That'd be
they
sick.
do it.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Voice acting, baby.
Let's go. Yeah. No, I think that would be amazing. Okay. So before we wrap up then, like there was a lot of other stuff in here as well, in terms of mobile games and things like that. I am very excited for Leaf Green and Fire Red. We've talked about some of those things, but
too.
Yes.
Was there anything not here that you hope to see because you thought it might be here, or you hope to see because you just generally want Pokemon to do something?
I mean, I already mentioned that I want to see Coliseum. That was weird.
Sure.
But I think in the same vein as like Fire Red and Leaf Green, I would just love to see more of the games come to Switch, like in general. Like obviously they don't have to announce them like all today, but just like I hope that that's a trend that continues. So
agreed.
Yeah.
Although I would love to see them physical.
Gold and silver.
Oh no, me too. Like I would love to actually have a copy. But yes, I just want like, since we're starting with the first gen, I kind of just hope that they slowly roll them out like in order. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
So
I want to play gold and silver again.
Me too.
Yeah. Gold, silver, crystal. Yeah, I think like for me, again, I know I'm just not in the same world as where the games are going these days, but I like there's still a part of me that's like, guys, with how insane the Pokemon card market is right now, and how like if you have an event at a store and they have an exclusive Pokemon card, like they will burn that place to the ground trying to get that card, right? Like people are nuts about Pokemon cards. So I'm like, if you came out and said, we're going to do Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green on a single cartridge. Maybe you don't even need to do that. Maybe you just have Fire Red and Leaf Green, but it's a Switch 2 cartridge, and we're going to sell it for $39.99 instead of $19.99, and we have an exclusive card in there. Do you know how fast those would sell out? Like they would be able to make
a bloodbath to
so
get
much money. Yeah, and then if I'm not suggesting they did this because I hate this practice, but if they did digital first and then a month later had a physical like that was more expensive, they would like everybody would be buying both. I'm just saying. Like I know some people would be like, "Oh, I don't care," but they would it would be nuts, and they would be able to maximize profits for that kind of a release. And then if they just did that as their standard template for all of their games moving forward, like it would be so lucrative for them. So for me, it's not even like, oh, I want physical because I want physical. Of course I do. But I feel like there is genuinely a business use case here where they could make a stupid amount of money if they decided to do that. And I don't know if they will, but I just want, hope springs eternal, right?
Yeah. Speak it into existence.
Yeah. What about you, Slam? Was there anything that you thought would be here or that you would like to have seen in general?
I remember talking to you guys about Fire Red and Leaf Green when conversations started stirring up about it weeks ago, kind of. And I remember Brandon was like, I'll believe it when I see it. I don't know about that. But it came. I was very happy to see that happen. I think if I had one wish, it would be like a remake of one of my favorite gens, like a gold silver remake or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Not how they did Diamond Pearl. Let's go a little
Never
bit
again.
Let's bring them into like the modern age, make them, you can do something cool with it, add some like new flair to it or whatever.
Like Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Gen 2. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But
that's
for
a
the
perfect
Switch,
example.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because that was like for the 3DS, which was current gen, and they added all of this stuff to it, and it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Despite what IGN says.
Yeah. Those games were amazing.
Yeah, they were.
They were.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd love to see that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think for me, like two things that and for me, to be honest, like I would never expect them to do this. Unless there's some like major rumor about it. But yeah, Gen 5 remakes, big time. Like legit Gen 5 remakes. Gen 2 I would love to see as well. But honestly, if they just ported in some form or fashion Heart Gold Soul Silver, I'd be a happy boy. Because that's such a strong Gen 2 remake, whereas Gen 5 has just not gotten one.
Yeah.
And we've been hearing rumors about it for so many years now. I would love to see that. Or some inkling of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
That and this is my like dream that will never happen, but I really, really, really wish that they would come back. Maybe this goes to I think it was Ophidian asked the question about like games you'd love to see come back.
Mm-hmm.
I'd really love them to see a legit standalone Pokemon trading card game based on the original.
I kind of thought you would go that way.
100%. Yeah. I would love to see that too. Like an actual card RPG.
Yes, a card RPG that's got a story. I don't care if it's not the most amazing story in the world, but just like given that context, like they did in the originals, that make it feel like a Pokemon game, but you were playing the card game.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to do that so bad, and I don't know if we will ever see that, but that will always be on my Pokemon dream list.
What I'll say is there is a game like that exists right now, and if they modeled it after this game, it would be so good. It's called Shadowverse Champions Battle, and like
you already
it's like
talked me into buying it.
Yeah, it's so good though. It's
like already talking me into buying it.
You're an up and coming like card player, and like you kind of rise through the ranks, and you build your decks and everything. And like if they did this with Pokemon trading card game, it would just be amazing. Like it doesn't have to be fancy, but like that's all people want. So I would totally love that too. And I'd love for it to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause I like, for me personally, I know a lot of people get into like the PvP and stuff like that. For me personally, I don't love PvP in card games because unless you either spend a lot of money or you get stupidly good at the game, it's very difficult to keep up at a certain point. There's always a point in which you just can't get past it.
Yeah.
Whereas the trading card RPG context would allow them to give you a sense of progression, help you learn how to play the game, help you learn how to build a good deck, and like be able to overcome and beat the game, not just have this like infinite, I'm hitting my head against a wall playing people who are way better than I am if I want to try to get points.
Yeah, it's not fun.
It's at some point, again, unless you are super competitive, it's just not fun anymore. So yeah, who knows? Maybe one day they'll think about that, but that's always something like that would be the biggest, most amazing surprise announcement of all time for me. Like, sure, I would be excited about remakes and stuff, but if they pulled something like that off, that would be sick. Right, Slam?
Yeah, that'd be sick. Let's go, baby.
Baby.
I just got to say as many of Brandon's catchphrases as possible.
Yeah, you said a lot. I
appreciate that.
You said a lot. Mags, you love Brandon's catchphrases. They're your favorite.
That's why she's still here, honestly.
Yeah,
just for the only catchphrases. Yeah.
Yeah.
She loves them so much.
All right, guys. Any final thoughts on this presents or Pokemon or the future of Pokemon before we wrap this up?
Pombon for life.
Pombon, baby.
Pombon.
Let's go.
Best boy. Yeah, the future looks bright. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm so excited to see what they have cooking up with Winds and Waves, and I just want to see more now. So bring it on.
Yep. Word. Just don't put that on a key card, please, Nintendo. Don't do this to us anymore.
I don't think they're going to put this one on.
That would be the absolute worst. But let's end on a positive note. They're not going to do that, and it's looking great. It's looking great. We're so excited. So glad to be here. All right, guys. We're going to wrap this one up. Let us know in the comments below what you thought about the presents. Of course, let us know if you have any thoughts, and tell us why Pombon is obviously your favorite starter. Because, is it really even a choice? I don't think so. So let us know in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, especially if you're still here. And tell your friends, tell your grandmas and your grandpas and your cousins and your sister and brothers and your Pomeranians, for what it's worth. They might get a kick out of the Pombon love, that we have in this particular episode. So, all right, Slam, where can everybody find you?
So Slam Zany, all the things, mostly on YouTube and Twitter. By the time this goes up, I should have a video on Steam Next Fest giving you some 10 interesting RPGs that I played and some demos. There's some exciting, under the radar games in this one. So be sure to check that out. And yeah, that's it for me.
Max, where can everybody find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Avenger Mags on Twitter and Blue Sky. Also writing for Nintendo Force Magazine. Our March-April issues should be shipped out now, so they should be on their way if you ordered the physical version, and then the digital version should be with you soon. And then also, I just want to shout out a collab that I did with the JRPG Pursuit and Cam from Party Chat. We did a Trails Beyond the Horizon spoiler cast. It's over 2 hours of us talking about that game, theorizing what might happen in the next Trails entry. It was a lot of fun. So check that out if you're caught up on the series, because it was a good time.
Awesome. And I'm Retro Brandon. You can find me at Retro Brandon on YouTube or at Nova Brand on Twitter. I am starting to get into content creation again, finally, after a while. There's been a ton of transitions, starting a new job, moving to a new place. It's just been absolutely crazy around here. So I am doing my best to get that ball rolling again, starting, at least with a script, for Trails in the Sky.
Yay.
So I had to get that out at some point. I wanted to make a video on it. I just had all these things come up. So it'll be late. So we'll get to that at some point. But thank you all for being here. Thanks for showing up time and time again. We appreciate you all. Shout outs to our members, and we will see you all in the next one.
See you on the next one.
Bye.
Later.